Hey, right. Very good morning to you all. I hope we're all good. It's Tuesday. It's the 18th of April 2023, and I'm here to bring you the forecast for Southeast England for the next 24 hours. So, outside this morning, it's a bit of a cloudy start in some places. There is some patchy cloud around, but equally, there are some bright spells around. And this was the scene at Folkestone Warren this morning. I was up nice and early capturing the clouds and the sky at 5:30 a.m. A little bit of colour in the sky, and at the moment there's a little bit of brightness out there, but it is still quite chilly down here in the southeast, in stark contrast to some parts of the UK, and I'll be coming onto that in just a moment. So, quick look around the southeast this morning. So we start in my back garden here in Folkestone. I'm running at 8.6, 7.4 at Maidstone. Head over to Eastbourne on the coast there, also at 7.4. Thatcham, you're running at 7.6. Aylesbury, you're at 6.7. You're a bit chillier there. Sawbridgeworth, also 6.4. And down to London, 7.7. That's at Covent Garden. So this morning's current maximum temperatures, it's not the Isles of Scilly for a change. They're actually down there at 9.9. It's I think it's called South Oost Range. Can't quite pronounce it, but yet 12.8 degrees this morning. Warmer air is further west, and the chills on the hills were 1.2 at Eskdalemuir in Scotland. You're just 1.2, but we are all frost free now. High pressure is ruling the roost, so it's based over Scandinavia at the moment. It's pulling in air from the east. I'm going to put red in. It's not necessarily that warm, especially down here in the southeast, but that air, it moves up across the country, and it has been drying and warming up. And yesterday, I know we're harping on about yesterday, Scotland had its warmest day of the year, and in fact 21.2 was the first time that 70 Fahrenheit has been exceeded in the UK this year. It happened at Kinlochew in the far northwest Highlands in Scotland. Very, very pleasant, unbroken sunshine up there. And if you look at the anomalies yesterday, what happened was you had this chilly easterly breeze blowing across the south of the UK. But notice how that air is allowed in this flow to then push northwards. It dries, it warms, and then it hits the highlands, and then it dries and warms even more. So that's why you had such exceptional warmth up there yesterday. And that is going to be replicated today, perhaps not quite as extreme, but once again, yeah, you'll see that we've got the easterly breezes in the south, but those warmer temperatures are being experienced to the northwest of Scotland with shelter from that easterly breeze. So it will be a rather cool affair down here in the south. So let's come on to the weather charts for today. So as I've already mentioned, out there at the moment it is relatively cloudy. There are some clear spells out there, and I think that's really the case of the way it's going to be. I think there is the tendency this morning for some brightness to appear, perhaps more to the west of London. There could be some good sunny spells, but always the risk of low cloud pushing in from the east across the Thames estuary. And then if we take this forward to midday to the early part of the afternoon, it's just the risk of one or two showers coming onto that Thames estuary coast, North Kent, parts of East Kent, perhaps parts of Essex as well, and eastern parts of London. But I don't think those showers are going to last too long. I think it's just for a period in the early part of the afternoon before they generally clear out the way. And then it is like we've got now, patchy clouds, some variable amounts of cloud, and some clear spells. And that's the way that remains overnight. But that easterly breeze will remain quite fresh, quite strong, but that will keep the temperatures up tonight. So we've taken a look at that. What we'll now do is we'll take a look at those winds. So these are your winds today, blowing in from the northeast around about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So that is a moderate to fresh force 5 northeasterly breeze. So you will be feeling that chill on the coasts, and that can be seen with today's maximum temperatures struggling today around about 11 or 12 degrees. Slightly less chilly further west because you're bringing that breeze across the land, and it is warming up slightly in any brightness, but even so, 13 or 14 degrees is no great shakes. And then tonight's overnight temperatures not falling too low on account of that continued fresh easterly breeze, which will be blowing in a fair amount of low cloud. So that's it in summary. A mainly dry day, variable amounts of low cloud clearing to some bright spells, especially to the west. Always the risk of a few showers close to the Thames estuary and perhaps over East Kent. That's it in summary. I hope you've all found the forecast useful. Just leave you with the picture of this morning's photography trip down to the Warren at Folkestone. But yeah, in the meantime, all have a lovely day. Look after yourselves. Thanks for watching and ciao for now.